Chicago, I like you. I mean, it's a gigantic city with so many different spaces, but the spaces in which you would consider definitely the most hood. I met quite a few people that, I'm really cool with, and I appreciate the hospitality shown during my stay as I was working on a campaign at the time. This is ridiculous, okay? It's coming to us from the Chicago Sun-Times. 18 murders in 24 hours, inside the most violent day in 60 years in Chicago. We've never seen anything like it at all, said Max Kaputsin, the senior research director at the University of Chicago Crime Lab. This is written by Tom Schluba, Sam Charles, and Matthew Hendrickson. A hardworking father killed just before 1 a.m. A West Side High School student murdered 2 hours later. A man killed amid South Side looting at a cell phone store at 12:30 p.m. A college freshman hopped. My goodness, Jack, read, my dude. A college freshman who hoped to become a correctional officer gunned down at 4:25 p.m. after getting into an argument in Inglewood. While Chicago was roiled by another day of protest and looting in the wake of George Floyd's murder, who didn't even get murdered in Chicago, 18 people were killed Sunday, May 31st, making it the single most violent day in Chicago in 6 decades, according to the University of Chicago Crime Lab. The lab's data doesn't go back further than 1961. From 7 p.m. Friday, May 29th through 11 p.m. Sunday, May 31st, 25 people were killed in the city, with another 85 wounded by gunfire, according to data maintained by the Chicago Sun-Times. In the city, with an international reputation for crime, where 900 murders per year were common in the early 1990s, it was the most violent weekend in Chicago's modern history, stretching police resources that were already thin because of protests and looting. We've never seen anything like it at all, said Max Kaputsin, the senior research director at the crime lab. I don't even know how to put it into context. It's beyond anything that we've ever seen before. The next highest murder total for a single day was on August 4th, 1991, when 13 people were killed in Chicago, according to the crime lab. Guys, do Black lives really matter? I mean, guys, this is the poison. This is the prison farm system doing exactly what it was designed to do. It just always does it in far greater numbers in Chicago. And it's no wonder that Miss Lightfoot was sitting there talking about just welcoming in the NWO, with little to no resistance, because they've made it so darn untenable there. And Pefferidge, a time bomb. The Reverend Michael Pefferidge, a longtime crusader against gun violence who leads St. Sabina Church in Auburn, Gresham, said it was open season last weekend in his neighborhood and others on the south and west sides. On Saturday, and particularly Sunday, I heard people saying all over, "Hey, there's no police anywhere. Police ain't doing nothing," Pefferidge said. I sat and watched a store looted for over an hour, he added. No police came, and I got in my car and drove around to some other places getting looted and didn't see police anywhere. Mayor Lori Lightfoot said on May 31st alone, Chicago's 911 emergency center received 65,000 calls for all types of service, 50,000 more than on a usual day. So they get about 15,000 calls. And they tried to, one of the reasons I was out in Chicago was they were trying to put in Chuy Garcia. But I remember hopping in a car with a gentleman from Chicago, and he was like, "Yo, ain't no way a Mexican's going to become mayor of Chicago." And lo and behold, Rahm Emanuel maintained the position. It's no different than any of these other urban centers where they're just, resting places for the establishment to call up whatever political faces that they want to, put into the national spotlight to keep selling us the nonsense that they sell us. And so it does kind of blow my mind that Lori Lightfoot would even win a little bit, not because she's, Mexican, because she's black. She's a black woman, but just You could tell, like, it's one of those things where you can tell that this person was like, it was carpet, but was put in there. They like the people of Chicago. I can't help but feel they had different choices. They wanted other people, but nope, 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 nope. The machine is going to put they're going to put their people where they want it, and it really seems as if Chicago. I mean, I may complain about New Jersey's machine, but Chicago's machine seems to be off the Beelzebub. Peflerk noted the systemic problems that have plagued minority communities for decades, like joblessness, food insecurity, and a lack of housing, were already heightened by the CV outbreak, which he said made a bad situation worse, as it naturally would. Floyd's killing in Minnesota simply brought further to the fore the hopelessness and anger felt by those living in blighted communities, added Pefler, who said the current unrest reminds him of the rioting that broke out when Reverend Dr. Moore. Okay, Chicago Sun-Times, cut it out. Cut it out. This ain't then. You need to stop living in the past. All right. Deal is that, yeah, we've known these problems for the longest and no one's lifted a finger to fix it. And everyone who claims they are just turns around, gets some jobs for their friends and keeps it pushing. And that's the problem. That's been the problem. And until that problem is addressed, we're done. It's like a time bomb out here, Pefler said. People are on the edge. People are angry. People are poor, and they don't even know when it's going to change. If immediate action isn't taken to address systemic racism, okay, cut out with the racism, damn it. Cut it out. Poverty, yeah. Bring manufacturing back to these spaces and just open it wide on up with decent pay. Like, because that's really the killer. Everybody sits here with these, like, oh, yeah, man, we should, $15 an hour. This is going to be great. No, it's not, because $15 an hour, if you work full 30, 40, a full, a full-time for a year is, like, less than $30,000. No, it ain't. That's not the answer. We can negotiate a better answer, but the deal is that most of the people out there are interested in, deterring from proper answers. That's what a lot of these folks' jobs are. Most homicide victims in Chicago are young black men, and the suspects are too. But murders have fallen significantly in recent years, along with police-involved shootings. There were 764 murders and 12 fatal police-involved shootings in 2016, compared to 492 murders and 3 fatal police-involved shootings last year. The level of activity experienced over the last week has been unprecedented, and the department is actively investigating multiple incidents across the city and working to determine the motives in these cases. Chicago police spokesman Thomas Aaron said in a statement, "The department is actively working to seek justice for all of the residents impacted, especially those who have been killed or injured by these senseless acts of violence." Aaron said after increased violence and criminal activity on Saturday, May 30th, police canceled days off for all officers and placed them on 12-hour shifts in order to direct our full force to manpower towards Chicago's neighborhoods, particularly on the south and west sides. Okay, so they're going to go into the folks that were killed, but I mean, this list is so damn long, man. No offense, guys. Like, rest in peace. But we'll be here all day. And the deal is that, Black Lives Matter may not speak on these things, but I damn sure will. And all these mayors that are out there, like, when it comes to Lori Lightfoot, I mean, she's a trash piece of mayor, all right? She's the one that sat there and like, we will hunt you down and we will take you out to her own constituents. What part of the game is this? And then, like the regular ones, the ones in basically every urban center. It is, hey, I'll get a few jobs for my friends. I'll take care of those people who, really went out there and rocked for me. But for the most part, man, manufacturing, what is that? Negotiating, working with private business in order to make sure that, hey, you bring like 600 jobs here and make sure these people get paid. Well, I'll give you all the tax breaks in the world, bro. What is that? No, they're not interested in that. They're interested in maintaining their power. That's it. And it's so damn frustrating because this, like I said, all these empty acts of symbolism are getting us absolutely nowhere. So, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? This is ridiculous. This is going on for far too long. It really has. And it's not just black people who are affected by this. This is a geographical problem. This is a socioeconomic geographical problem that can be fixed with just a straight strategy towards enhancing the economic mobility of these spaces and, you know, really doing away with the drug war, because it's a catalyst for a lot of this chaos. But no. Y'all don't want to hear me though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Until the next one.